Hi everyone. I'm sure we're all kind of bored right now, trying to figure out what to do with ourselves locked up in our homes. Some of us have to still go to work. My husband every day goes to work to basically law enforcement, protecting the city, and I think he's a hero for doing it because we know there's some people that are going to catch this thing, and you're at much higher risk if you're the one who's going back and forth to work every day. But anyway, let's talk about art. I'd like to paint a painting over in the park. It's kind of a cloudy day over there. I was walking around there yesterday looking at all the different trees, and I found a spot that I thought would be kind of nice the way the sun hit it at a certain time of day. I'm not sure it's going to have the same look today without the sun, but I think it will probably poke through here or there. Anyway, yesterday ended up walking for miles because I lost my ID in the park, and thank you God I found it. But I didn't think I was going to. So anyway, that took the poop out of me, and I didn't want to paint. So today I went back and did my painting. Anyway, it's not done. Have to decide what I want to do to make it finished because it's just not quite where I want it right now. But I'll show you my process, and I hope all of you have a great day today and continue to keep up your spirits and keep up your painting. It's a great way to have some stress relief, I guess you could say. I mean, painting for me is a little stressful, I have to admit, but not the same kind of stress as hoping that you don't catch a virus. Anyway, happy painting, everyone. Guys, I never do this, but today I'm going to let you see the whole process. Everything I do to get started painting. I just thought maybe you'd like to see what it felt like to be out here. Slow down a little bit and just go through the whole experience with me. But if that's not something you want to do, because I know I'm kind of impatient myself, you can go to the spot that is 19 minutes and 46 seconds, and that's when I actually start painting the painting. Okay? 1946. Otherwise, enjoy my struggles with me. Police were here yesterday, and I'm sure they're trying to keep the park as safe as humanly possible. Keep people from gathering in big crowds. I hope I'm okay here, because if people start to crowd around me, they might not like that. Let's hope that doesn't happen. The trick with this easel is not to push it to straighten it out, to actually adjust the controls on it, because if you don't, you loosen the whole thing up. Okay, so I've loosened my control. I've got it pretty straight. Let me turn it. Oh gosh, okay. Get back where I had you. Open it up. Decide if it's good. When you think you've got it where you want it, tighten it down and don't move it without loosening that. Now, it is very hard for me to paint this on this easel. I wasn't going to bring this one. Why? I love the easel, but I have a hard time painting on a surface that is horizontal with the sky and the light and the reflection. Now you can, if you want to, take this and put it way down like that. So, let's see. Yes, I'd have to turn it first. Yep. Turn this again. Tricky, tricky stuff. Then I could take and put it way down like that, and pray my paint doesn't just drip right off. In which case, that's too bad. I have no choice. That's better. Okay. I won't use this paper because it's just going to blow away. Take out my stuff. I might have to go back to the car and get the bigger. Nope, this one fits good. Yay! Now, because I've done that, do I need it to come down more? I guess not. It's a little better, not great. It's a flaw in the system. It really is. You go here. And you go here. Even just touching it that little bit loosens it up. Good old-fashioned, crappy easels that are from the old days really work better than some of these new modern, very, very expensive ones. You can get a used easel in a garage sale for $40, $50, $30, and they're pretty good. Or you can spend hundreds of dollars for the easel, the tripod, and you run into these kind of problems. Anyway, we'll get started. Sometimes I take out a starter brush and I don't even change that brush. I can't even remember to change it because really you can practically paint the whole painting with one brush if you really want to. Alright, I'm going to come around and move it over here. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And get up and down and step back. Okay, I hope that's good. Take a couple of pictures of what I'm painting so I can add them to the video later, and you can see it doesn't look like much of a painting, but I was out here yesterday and I saw this and I liked it. And while you might not be able to tell because it's kind of overcast right now, this tree throws a beautiful shadow out this way. A little bit later on in the afternoon, if you can see where my hand is, there's a tree out there. And it has a very dark silhouette against the light behind it, and I liked that silhouette. That's what attracted me to this whole thing. So I'm going to start with that silhouette, just because. It doesn't have to make a lot of sense. It's just intuition, and that's what painting is. I'm not putting all my colors down yet. So I'll put down the ones I need right now just to get started. Burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, raw sienna. Actually, this is raw umber today. And then I have some yellow, that is Camnian yellow lemon. And these are almost all of them Cobra water mixable paint. Oils, completely oil paints. People keep saying, oh, but they're not really oil. They are really oil. They just have a molecular structure that allows them to be dissolved with some water. Which is what I'm pouring into my little cup right now, some water. Some of it's for me to drink, some of it's for my painting. Try to remind myself to keep drinking or I get home dehydrated. Okay, with any luck I will not have paint all over myself before the day is out. Now, dipping my brush in water to start with. Now here I go, mixing some of these colors together just to make the silhouette of the tree. I want my tree to be approximately here, off the page here, way up here, going back here. This beautiful arc that it has. Let's see if I can put it in. Goes here and then up. Okay, so you have to come down. You're not going to see all of this. It's going right off the page. Just gestures. Feel good about what you're doing. It's not a science. I don't care if it's a little bluer. I don't care if it's a little browner. I'm going to make it really wet so I can just do gestures. All kinds of other things from other trees coming in here, but basically I just want the basic shape of this tree right now, the awesomeness of it. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some of you and you, which is my yellow and my burnt sienna. Why? I don't know, but this is what I want to put in next. All this lovely stuff down here. Water, please. This water evaporates very quickly. Way back here, there's a little more. It has to be fairly light though, but cooler, because it's farther back. Kind of runs here and then all the way out this way. Let me close my eyes so I can put this paper towel down. It doesn't work well if you put paper towel in your teeth. Okay, so what I'm seeing is coming all the way down here and then going out and branching out this way is the trees back here. And then I will put a lot of purple in here and some light greens with some whites, not light with yellow. Okay, but there are things back here. I'm putting in some muted tones where that is. And it runs all the way back here, it comes up here even. Yes, I'm going right over my tree. And then I'm going to come this way just a little, because we don't want an actual line here. Scumbling away. Some people hate scumbling. Some people think you should just paint very precise strokes, and every painting should be painted with a minimal amount of strokes. That your signature is your stroke. And I agree with that when I get closer to the end of my painting. But right now, I'm still getting in my concept. Now I put a little green down. You will often see me using green, pretty much mixed from my blue and my yellow. Gesture in your stroke is important. I'm not going to have enough film to film the whole thing, but I will stop this and then hopefully have enough to show you how much I've progressed before I leave the park, with any luck. All these colors will be changed later. They're just saving a place for me helping me to get my concept down. It'll be a lot more yellow. In the foreground, warmer tones up front, cooler tones in the back. But right now I want my canvas covered with some color. So I can feel the fantasy of what painting is for me. And that's exactly what it is. It's a gigantic fantasy. That's what drives me to do it. I'm using are just transparent colors right now. There you are. Prussian blue. Imparting pigment, that's all I'm doing. There's very little that is poking through that bank of trees. It's pretty solid. Okay, now we're going to hit that white and all kinds of other stuff later. But right now, trying desperately not to add any white to this just yet. I'm going to take that white out and I'm going to redraw that tree in a minute, which is going to be kind of strange to draw the edge of the tree that way. Maybe. I might try something else. Let's see. thicker paint now, just a little bit, not completely. Same brush, I'll change it soon. Like it or not, and I know people just hate this, but branches go over each other. They do. It's not like when we colored when we were kids. They really do go everywhere. I've painted the back of this with a little bit of cadmium. What is it? I was going to say yellow light, but I meant cadmium red light. And that on there is just kind of giving me a base that I want. Okay, now you've seen me block this in. By no means am I done. But I am alluding to the fact that, yes, I'm going to have some great lights coming through here. There's a few up here, which will be warmer. This is a cooler yellow, but I will eventually warm this up. And you've got the basic idea of what I'm going to do with this painting. So I'll shut down. Of course, I'm going to have to edit the heck out of this because we only have so much time. And then I will come back in the middle, give you a little bit of that, and then hopefully I'll be able to come back in the end if I have any film left. Otherwise, I'll show you it at home. I want some of the red showing through, but not that much. I get it on the edges here. I'm going to wet my brush right now just so I can get everything. It's kind of a gloomy day. And I do want to show that. But there's little stripes of light here and there. And I will put them in. Okay, we'll be back. Everyone is trying to be socially responsible out here by staying pretty far apart from each other, if at all possible. Yeah, it kills you. You made the most wonderful darn stem and branch, and then what the heck? You have to cover it with something? Why? Oh my gosh, no. That's an unhappy birdie. I think it might be a baby of some kind. This is why I didn't care what that looked like up there, because there's a lot of leaves up there. And how do I make these leaves stand out? Well, they're not quite this yellow. And I will add some vibrance to them eventually. I don't know if I want to put this in or not, but I think I'm going to try, because I just really love the darn thing. Hard to do on wet paint. I'm just trying to get the idea in here. This is a horse park. So they have these funny little things that people can climb off their horse and get onto. Okay, there comes the sun. I can't see anymore. But along with the sun comes what I've been waiting for. This beautiful shadow. I think I have my basic concept down here pretty well. The woods have wonderful little tiny itsy bitsy things all through them. No explanation for a lot of this stuff. You don't know what it is. Little pieces of debris. This is a combination of mulch underneath these trees and pine needles. So many different things. Hanging vines. I cannot talk well when I'm painting, so excuse me. So these are my last minute little details. I like colors in my paintings, even if you don't know exactly where the color's coming from. Some of my favorite colors are purple and Cambrian red light. I just have to have these in every painting. Nothing goes better with purple than green, or vice versa. All these colors are in nature. You might not see it immediately when you stare at something. But if you really take a look at it, you'll see it. Which is why a lot of times I see these artists who do like modern art. That's all they see are those crazy colors. And I think that's kind of interesting. It's just their way of looking at the world. But it makes a very complimentary painting. Little pieces of grass sticking up here and there. Some of these leaves have some extra brightness on them. Here and there. These little finishing touches make the painting special. Something I heard recently, which I guess I knew but didn't realize I knew, is that when the light hits the leaves, it almost turns them white when it's coming from above. when it's coming through them, it makes them yellow. So if you want to make something look a little translucent, you can hit it with some of the white. Some of these areas up here where the sun is really strong. And a few spots down here are very light. Of course, you want to make that thick. So I'm mostly done with this now. Something I really struggle to kind of get across is this tree shape. Kind of important. That was the main thing that drew me to this painting. So I'm going to make sure I've got it in there, even if I have to exaggerate it a little. And I'm using some very dark colors. But again, this was a tree that was very backlit. Because the sun was kind of coming from up above and behind it. Which is why I want to make sure the tree is kind of dark. I think I'm pretty much done with this painting. I've really enjoyed it. I think I'm accomplishing my goal here by having the tree stand out. So guys, I guess I'll sign off, take some good pictures of this for you. And say happy painting until the next one. I've enjoyed it.